Now let's turn to a striking political scene out of Kano State, where new videos circulating on social media show dozens of people burning the signature red caps of the Kwankwasiya Movement, with many linking the act to opposition against Senator Obi Kwankwaso's support for Peter Obi ahead of 2027. Some claim that the burning reflects Kano Youth's rejecting Peter Obi over alleged anti-Northern sentiment, while critics are calling the footage staged with new caps and paid participants. Let's take a look. I'll come to you on this story, but before I do, I'll take some reactions. Smith on X says, forget the hype. APC propaganda at its peak. Giving out fresh caps for the rented clowns to burn won't win votes, as only real impact for the people matters. 2027 is around the corner and we must get it right. Then you have another person who says, Kwankwaso's constant movement from one political platform to another is becoming difficult to defend. You can't keep changing parties and expect supporters to remain loyal without questions. At some point, consistency matters. Now, whether real or staged, the imagery is undeniably powerful and the political message is clear. Kano's political landscape is shifting quickly, with Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf signaling that he will keep wearing his red cap, despite his move to APC, while the Kwankwasiya movement appears increasingly divided over the Kwankwaso-Obi alliance. But with 2027 approaching, Kano remains one of the most consequential battlegrounds in Nigeria, and every red cap burned, every video we see is a statement in itself.
It is definitely a statement. Just before I come to this story, Annie, because I got a response from the military about the story that the president has approved payment and that the military officers should receive payment soon. We'll keep track on this because I think that's a great development.
That is.
And that, you know, like Dr. Bati mentioned, that must have been part of the agreement that was talked about for them to call off their protests. So payment approved. We look forward to them receiving the payment very soon. So thank you very much for the update. All right, now let's go to Kano State and the Kwankwasiya Movement. And I'm glad that you put some context to it, that the fact that red caps, and caps did look quite new, caps are being burned, doesn't necessarily mean that it couldn't have been staged. Some people have mentioned a State House of Assembly member as being a sponsor for this. That is still speculative, but just to go back. But I want to draw us back to, wasn't it just yesterday or 2 days ago that they signed, it was 2 days ago, the National Peace Accord, that they were going to protest peacefully. I mean, they were going to not protest, they were going to conduct campaigns peacefully. All the parties said that, let us not start on, it's too early in the day. This could have easily combusted into something that could have been uncontrollable. And I'm not even talking about the fire. Right. I'm talking about the young people who are being used by whatever camp it is to demonstrate and do all these things. If the other faction had come, taken offense, and we know how volatile Kano State can be. And so for those who have been accused of sponsoring this move, can we appeal to them to remember that they just signed peace accord and let peace reign? You can disagree with a position or a candidate without resorting to things that could potentially heat up the polity. That's on one side. Second side of things is that all the candidates have their work cut out for them in Kano State. That's the truth. And Kano State was a battleground in the 2023 elections. The APC will be looking to capture Kano State, being very instrumental to, in terms of the number and the size and the influence they will in the north. So you cannot ignore it.
Right.
The APC has from the northeast Kashim Shettima as VP, but still has the Bola Ahmed Tinubu factor and, you know, murmurings around misgivings in the north with his presidency. With the Kwankwasiya Movement, there are talks around, whether they want Mr. Peter Obi or not. Would he be able to still have that influence on his Kwankwasiya base and galvanize their numbers to benefit his campaign? So these are interesting conversations that would be unraveled as we get deeper into the campaign season. But I just want to sue for peace.
Yes.
Let us not get involved in. Let the young people use their. They've talked about how the young people would influence the votes in the next election. Let it be done with wisdom.
Exactly.
This isn't necessary. Let us pursue peace at all levels. You can disagree without having to, you know, come to positions like this.